Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. So today we're going to talk about a Florida man sheriff's race. Kind of political campaign that could only occur in this state. Yeah, especially for a law enforcement office. Before we get into that, though, odds are, if you're watching this, you might be from Florida. We're moving into hurricane season. Get prepared, stay prepared. Don't wait for it to show up on radar. The agencies that normally respond to emergencies are tapped out. There's not going to be help coming like normal. Okay, before we get into the meat of this, I need to say I'm not from Broward County. That is not my county. I don't have a dog in this race. I don't know either one of these guys, other than what's widely available in the press. Never met either one of them. I am not a particular fan of Governor DeSantis, who is the person who yanked one of them out of office and put the other one in. I just want to provide an average Florida man's opinion of this developing news story / scandal in any other state. Okay, so if you're not aware, after the incident at Parkland, at that school, the governor yanked Sheriff Israel out of office, installed Sheriff Tony. Tony had a little bit of experience dealing with this type of stuff. Now, as Florida politics demands, these two guys are running against each other now in a primary down there. And just like clockwork, as the election nears, a scandal emerges. And the scandal is that apparently 20-something years ago, when Sheriff Tony was 14, living in Philadelphia in the Badlands, there was an incident with a dealer. The dealer came after him and another youth. Sheriff Tony took his dad's weapon and popped him. That's something that gives you a Florida man card right there. Welcome to the state. Okay, the case was ruled self-defense, according to reports, and was reportedly sealed. Sheriff Tony apparently didn't disclose the contents of a sealed case during his hiring process. That's the scandal. I'm far more curious as to how a sealed juvenile case from another state managed to become public knowledge right at the time of election. That to me is far more interesting because I'm certain there was no corruption there whatsoever. Yeah, that's straight Florida. More importantly, I don't think the political strategists behind this move thought this through. Because now the race is between the guy who oversaw the Parkland response, with all that entails, the guy widely seen as being responsible for that response, or lack thereof. Everybody remembers the cop waiting outside. So the race is between him and a dude who at 14 proved he'd act if kids were in trouble. Y'all did not think this through. This dude's going to win in a landslide. I've tried to film this like 6 times, and I can't get through it without laughing. This is the most Florida thing ever. The fact that some political strategist thought that this would be a mark against Sheriff Tony. People are going to turn out in droves for him. The guy responsible for protecting their kid. And that's why he was put there. He's demonstrated he will. And at a very young age. In comparison to the person who got yanked by the governor. I'm fairly certain that this didn't get the proper amount of thought before they decided to move forward with it. Again, I'm not endorsing either one of these guys. I'm just giving a Florida view of that situation. I don't think anybody's going to care that 20-something years ago he engaged in self-defense. This is Florida. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good night.